me to the stream. Yes. Yes, I'm sure. What is this? This is not supposed to be the 10 road to 200. 200. Okay. Other turn. I'm going. Person online.
Hoje no baile ela tá demais. Porra, que mulher gostosa. Tem que ver o que ela faz. Quando ela passa na frente da tropa, é limpinho popozão. Do jeitinho que o bonde gosta. Vai, joga o rapidão da pistola.
Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls originally.
As always, Zeus, you're right. My wisdom is both a blessing and a curse. I heard a ruckus. That's a funny word. Ruckus. Man, I wonder what it would be like to go inside a video game for real. Help! I'm trapped in the...
This horse, it seems like...
What is Dipper's real name in Gravity Falls? In the world of Gravity Falls, lots of characters have hidden secrets. For example, we found out that the person who wrote the journals was actually Stanford Pines, and later, it turned out Stanford was really Stanley Pines. But one thing that was never clearly revealed is Dipper's real name. In one episode, Dipper's hat falls off, and we see a birthmark on his forehead shaped like the Big Dipper constellation. That's where his nickname Dipper comes from. However, throughout the entire show, he never mentions his full name. Based on his twin sister Mabel's name, fans have guessed that his name might also start with an M, or be something that sounds similar. Even the show's creator once said that Dipper and his names are meant to match in some way. Eventually, a clue was given that finally confirmed what Dipper's real name might be. What is Dipper's real name in Gravity?
You know the real... Oh no! I gotta say Wendy! Rob, Gravity Falls is a real zombie. Gravity Falls is filled with...
The horse there. Second that's production.
They're not the only ones that reside there. When looking at it from a more nuanced perspective, multiple other groups and meanings can be identified with that same word. And one specific predator added a whole new meaning that says the scary president, which, if left unchecked, could spell trouble for the platform as a whole. His origin starts with a YouTuber named Garlic Nut, who would end up becoming a crucial part of the story. Garlic Nut was a Minecraft YouTuber with humble beginnings. She took inspiration from the Minecraft YouTuber's Dream and George Not Found to make her own videos all the way back in 2020 when Minecraft was going through one of its biggest comebacks. As someone who loved to make gaming videos, she helped to grow her audience with her first video, and then the ones after. With her being naturally skilled at the game, as well as possessing the ability to think of relatively unique ideas, she was able to amass a small but supportive audience. But what gave her mystique at first was the fact that her voice couldn't be heard in her videos. Some people weren't sure if she and her friends were actually who they claimed they were, even pointing out the possibility of Garlic secretly being a man in disguise. But several months later, after being given the suggestion to reveal what she sounded like, she made a potential voice reveal into a subscriber goal, and eventually, in her video, Minecraft fan was right, she not only reveals her voice, but her confidence too.
This video, we did a manhunt challenge. 3 hunters hunt me down while I try to speed in the game. Last time, things may have gone a little south, but no need to fear, because this is the rematch. Of course, it was heavily inspired by Dream and George Not Found, so please go subscribe to their channels and drop a like on their videos. And while you're at it, like YouTube. If you haven't noticed, this is a question.
As mentioned in her own comment, whether it's through Reddit, the YouTube algorithm, or even her own personality, videos, particularly ones related to manhunts, bring attraction. Her most famous manhunt video is Minecraft Speedrunner vs. 2 Another Hunters redo. This video showcased some of her most basic strategies. One of the most notable she used in this video is her unsync strategy. This involved using the turn on to go toe-to-toe with Kelvin and won with 3 hearts left. Not only that, but she also got beat by Poland and massacred Emma, who objectively was pretty beautiful. After her video became popular, she began to go to more events, make connections with others, and continue to build her name up with her diversified content. Eventually, she would do a Q&A after hitting her first 1,000 subscribers. In this video, we learned her true role from YouTube.
So another question from Zed then. Question 1. How far do you plan to take the YouTube thing? Do you see it as a future career? Furthermore, when can I expect the face review? Well, so I don't know, I kind of just want to just keep going with the YouTube channel until I just don't find it enjoyable. I think I'm going to just get bored of the channel anyway. When can we expect a face reveal? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the face reveal. 3, 2, 1. I'm joking. I'm not doing this right now. But, I don't know. Not now, not soon. Probably like later in the YouTube channel. Again, as I said earlier, I kind of like staying anonymous. I like having it like that. If we do grow like a lot more, then sure, I might do a face reveal later in the channel's life.
Now, there's this specific word that the subtitles point out, as well as the cringy comment I made a few years ago for my other channel. The word is anonymous. The reason I put emphasis on this word is because it's basically what we're talking about in this video, anonymous. Anonymous' name is a spin on the original word. It's based off of Garlic Nut, who's his first victim. His first appearance was in Garlic's Discord server, which I joined being at the time with a few other people I knew. The exact date and time he appeared on our server is up here, but one thing that is clear is the month he did join. That was in November of the year 2020. There were a few weird messages from accounts that are now deleted, but one evening on the 26th of that month, he would create a main account where he would harass Garlic and her friends for the next several months. Around the time of this account's creation, Garlic was still expressing her excitement for reaching 1,000 subscribers. This was also before the release of her Q&A video, which she announced it was a chance to Garlic was undoubtedly ready to roll, something in the ever-growing scene that was YouTube. She even started the process of making her own recipe, which was accessible through her Patreon. Others were tuning in to see what she had enjoying observing and interacting with her. There was the occasional person that would be there simply to troll or being weird towards the members of the server, but they were all dealt with, at least until it came to anonymous. One of the first interactions he had with Garlic went like this.
I like you. Give me attention now.
Reveal your identity.
I will, would you stop ignoring my DMs?
I'm built something like that.
Looks amazing.
Thank you.
No, my face is way better than Vega's and mine.
Who are you? I'm genuinely curious.
I love it when no one says my name. You other sims need to try hard to get on my level.
At that point, some server members began to speculate about who exactly this mystery man could be. One of them instantly thought of Poland Emerald, who was one of Garlic's closest creator friends. However, Anonymous declines that notion, saying that he could
Outsit that fool any day.
This naturally confuses Garlic, who accesses him directly, but he just relishes in the fact that he was beat by her a few times. A couple of other members began to speculate even further, suggesting that he wasn't even real at all.
give me
extra gun or extra butter.
extra butter for sure. Private Minecraft server with e-girls in my dream. I'm ready to drop 500 to play with my baby now. I wanna eat garlic knives, so I love dreaming about 90. I do it all the time. Look what you did, man. Look, Gothic Richard.
There's a lot more than just this. I'm sure you can get the gist. At times, he would also target Garlic's friend Shakira, claiming her as the bae and giving her similar treatment. They got to a point where I got involved. Together, me, DJ Freddy, Garlic, and some others, yet speculated about who would not speak at first. Garlic suggested it could be someone called C, but I reminded her that no Barrel was not intentional. After that, we began throwing ideas around until they all led to death. Maybe there was the possibility that it could be Sai, who was one of my seeing how the usage of emojis in his messages and his nonchalant nature when it came to numbers. So that was very evidence. He proved himself was that. So we all dropped until the following month, where Garlic suggested me the video on him as a way to reinvent the situation. She actually thought making a manhunt with him as a hunter, thinking that the content for her it was conflicting, because although he was the way he was, she thought the server wouldn't have nearly been as entertaining if he was gone. That, and also because he was presumably just all talk, and wouldn't actually go to extreme measures to get what he wanted. At least that's what we all thought. On the 25th of March 2021, I really got to see what Anonymous was really like.
This is a terrible idea. Let me explain. A few months back, a mysterious user by the name Anonymous joined my Discord server. At first, I thought Anonymous was a pretty funny name, but then I realized there was more to the story. Every so often, Anonymous would say a lot of weird statements, and on their statements, my entire Discord server became curious as to who this mysterious man was. I thought it was one of my friends trolling me, but it turned out it was a completely random dude. Today, after months of investigation, my best friend and I got on a call with Anonymous and did a manhunt. This took a lot of guts. If me and my friend, the speedrunners, kill the Ender Dragon before the hunter Anonymous kills us, Anonymous will have to reveal his identity and will be banned. If he wins, we would have spent more time with him. Ew. But there's a catch. Anonymous has infinite resistance, meaning he can never die. Can my friend and I beat the game before an invincible weirdo kills us once? Watch till then and find out.
It was on. Garlic had decided to face Anonymous in the most uncomfortable 2v1 of her life, and really saw like in the video. His voice was filtered, as well as his skin, to keep his identity protected. A decision approved by Garlic herself, and just in the front of the video, he already acting like Anonymous. There was no doubt for the audience. This was him. He was ready to do and sing everything he could. And throughout the entire video, the uncomfortable aura could even be felt beyond the screen. He also disregarded his role as a hunter and instead acted playful, wanting to be hit by Garlic just for the thrill of it. Even when he beat to the head, he just decided to jump off the platform. It doesn't even let Garlic know that she had won. And after defeating Ender Dragon, she leaves a message at the end of the video, letting everyone know that his reign of terror is finally over. Or was it? Well, after the video had been uploaded, and he claimed that she loves him, which is why she wanted to worship. But after addressing how badly he played his role as a hunter, Garlic decided that was enough and banned, reassuring the members that he was gone for good. But as everyone would later find out, this would be one of the last decisions she would ever make in her YouTube career. Because during the April Fools of that same year, she jokingly hinted at quitting the channel. And even though it was a joke as followed, it had unironically started to become her ones. In the same month, though, she had announced switching content because fans were exhausting her and her friends. And although that was a major attraction for most of her viewers, she ultimately decided to drop the series in order to experiment with more original ideas. She also expressed her love for anything related to cinematics, wanting to take on bigger projects, go down the path that she wanted to take with their channel. Soon after the announcement, she would go out to celebrate her channel's first anniversary, reflecting on her journey that was only truly beginning. But that same journey was also constantly being halted by changes as well as her friends. Eventually, it got to the point where she had just disappeared for a few months. So when she came back, she would post her last videos to date, along with a very special message for her community. same day of her message is currently the most recent, which also seems to be her last, according to the conversation we recently had that will show them the video. Nowadays, though, she isn't very active in her Discord server, but every New Year, she still makes sure to celebrate with at least one message. And even though, for the most part, one thing that still hurt to me was the identity behind Anonymous. So originally, I decided to pick up the case and inspect everything more carefully. That's when I had a big realization, and it all started with DJ Greg, who commented about his identity. Apparently, the Anonymous we see in the video is actually one of his friends. This is genuinely confusing, so I went to call him to discuss it.
So, I don't remember much about this situation actually, but I do recall correctly, it was me and a guy back where we were looking into it, and we both have this software, like music producing software, where we can like change the pitch of audio. Me and Bagel, we just like raise the pitch of the voice in the video. Any clear bits we could find, we raise the audio. And then we found this. It was one of our moderators at the time. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, I think so. I don't know actually. Wait, he literally joined the team. I still have no idea because I didn't really know her at the time. But that's what Bagel told me, is that he sounded a lot like one of the admins. Because Bagel is more familiar with that and her friend than I was, because I didn't really talk to the girl at all.
So you basically found it was one of mine, right? It's just by like change the pitch.
Yeah, because I had that idea, and he's like, yeah, that's actually genius. And I sent it to him, he's like, bro, I'm pretty sure that's what her moderators. And I'm like, dude, there's no way. And he goes to investigate himself, and I'm pretty sure he came to the conclusion that it was one of the moderators. So
after I attempted to confirm this with the moderators, along with Shakira, only one of them responded. And that person told me that they had no idea since it was so long ago. With the others being inactive and unresponsive, that pretty much left me at a dead end. At least reality, I had spent so much time trying to find the identity of Anonymous that I didn't take a minute to think about the true meaning behind Anonymous. And regardless of whether Anonymous is one of her friends or a random stranger, it always presented the same thing, the same message. And after looking back through it all, I finally realized what that is. From where I stand, Anonymous is a representation of the danger that female content creators have to face on a daily basis. And it isn't just Minecraft. This is a situation that's really for. Anonymous himself is a specific example. Even then, he is tame when compared to others in his group. The most he would do is be crude and deserving remarks towards other friends. There are other people who would willingly do worse in his shoes. Every now and then, there's news that comes out about these types of people who are beyond down bad and engage in disgusting ways that negatively affect these female creators. Whether it's a comment section